You've been working on that glass of water for a while now. You sure I can't get you anything else? Well, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but the party's died down a bit. Usually around now we get the early morning crowds and the graveyard shifts. No, don't worry. I'm not kicking you out. It looks like you've been in a really intense staring contest with that water, and no clear winner yet. But I have to say, it's a pretty awesome matchup, and I'm sorry if I made you just lose. Hey, I'm just teasing you. Alright, if you want, I can leave you alone with that glass of water. You can sit there as long as you need to. However, I've heard that it's better for people to talk about their feelings rather than keep them bottled up. Well, it's because the bottle gets too full and ends up shattering and exploding. Yeah, there's some advice in a bartending context. Go figure, right? Well, as a bartender, I'm used to seeing all kinds of faces in here. Familiar faces, new faces, old faces, happy and sad faces. Yeah, a lot of drunk faces especially. Let's just say you don't exactly fit the happy face criteria. Well, I can help with that. We can do what they call turning that frown upside down and getting some positivity. Some positivity going on in this. Like I said, though, it's up to you. Free of charge, of course, unless you order a drink, in which case that's not free of charge, unfortunately. Me lending an ear and a shoulder for you to cry on is free of charge, though. Here, there's a quieter booth over there, in the corner of the room. We usually let the broody people sit over there so no one bothers them. Why don't you go take a seat, and I'll meet you over there in just a second. I just gotta tell everyone in the back that I'm going on break. Don't worry, I'll bring something warm to drink. It's cold out, so. Hey, I don't mind at all. Not at all. I actually would love the company on my break. So please, let's help each other out. Don't worry. I'll only be a couple minutes. You hungry? You want anything to eat? You know what? More important question. Have you ate today? I'll bring you some snacks. On the house. Yeah, I realize what I said earlier, but it's fine. Yeah, no worries. You like cheese sticks? Or should we go with the classic tortilla chips and dip? Oh, I love cheese sticks. Favorite kind of appetizer since I was a little kid. Alright. I'll bring a bit of both, just to be safe. Here, go on. Head to the booth. I'll be over there in just a second. Now then, I offer you snacks, among other refreshments. I also offer you this. Are you ready? Okay. Now we can do a couple of things here. One, we can sit here in silence while enjoying these very delicious snacks. Two, we can talk and have a normal conversation. Like, we don't have to talk about anything heavy or something like that. We can just talk. And last but not least, I can be a shoulder for you to cry on and a person to vent to. So, which would you like to do? Hey, no worries. Yeah, if you're not ready to say anything about it, then you're not ready to say anything about it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. How about this? We'll go with option 2, and then at some point when you're ready, we can go to option 3. Or, you know, we can never get to option 3 tonight. It's completely up to you. Or we can even transition from option 1 to option 2. Yeah. I'll keep the snacks coming. If you want something in particular, let me know, and I'll go get a menu for you to look at. Hmm? Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, I told them I'm going on break, but the early morning crowd is never really that crowded. Yeah. Uh... Being on call during these hours is not very much different from being on break anyway, so... Listen, I'd be really surprised if 50 people showed up at once at this late of an hour. It's not gonna happen. So, don't worry about me, okay? I'm here to chill with you and snack on some stuff. Yeah, well, I'm on my feet for about most of the day, so believe me, I am very much loving this already. I get to sit down in a nice comfy booth and you're here relaxing with me, so I'm gonna say this is a good time so far. Oh, 100%. When I first started, my feet were killing me by the end of the day. Yeah, the key is some comfortable shoes and well-timed sitting breaks. Yeah, one of those gel things you slip into your shoe. You know, that works too. Only problem for me with that is that I find some that work and others that don't for me. So I've been back and forth with that stuff, but you know, whatever. You get used to it, and you know, you build some good foot and leg muscles. Yeah, you also build good arm muscles when you're lifting huge bottles of alcohol all day long. Yeah, including the mixer. You know, the. Well, I got into it when I was a bit younger. If I'm being honest, I got into mixing as soon as I was legally able to buy alcohol. So it's been a little while now. Oh yeah, it's fun. It started off as a hobby, but it became a bit more than that when I started mixing drinks at my friends' and family's parties. So yeah, suddenly I was, getting paid for it, and that's when I decided, why not? And well, here I am now. Hey, I like where I am now. I can say with full confidence that sitting here and talking to you is right where I'm supposed to be. How do I know? Call it a hunch. Well, you know, I've met some. I've met a lot of people through this line of work. I've met some good people. I've met some bad people. I've met some really funny people, and I've even met some famous people. So, you know, meeting people is just part of the job. Well, I'd tell you, but they tip me a lot, so I feel bad for telling you who those famous people are. I don't feel bad. Some of them you've probably never even heard of. Besides, I haven't met a lot of famous people. It's funny. I'm from California, and people act like I see famous people walking around the street, like as if I'm like from West Hollywood or something. Hey, I don't mean to rush. In fact, you can ignore what I'm about to say if you want, but we've talked for a little bit now, and you know what I'm trying to say is, do you want to talk about it now? Whatever is bothering you. Yeah, that was a weird way of me saying, enough about me, what about you? Kind of thing. Well, your face seems a bit brighter ever since I brought you over here, so I'd say that's a bit of progress. How about this? I'm gonna ask you a very simple question, but you don't have to have a simple answer, okay? Are you okay? Like I said, it doesn't have to be a simple answer. Hey, it's okay. Feelings and emotions aren't meant to be fully understood. If they did, we wouldn't call them feelings. So it's okay to not fully know how you feel right now. Or even You know, even if you're feeling a lot at once. Can I ask another question? Why'd you come here tonight? Well, you sat at the bar, not saying or doing anything for most of the night. I mean, luckily you came in when it was pretty quiet. Yeah, I was honestly worried that you might have had a sensory overload if a huge crowd came in. I get it. I do. I mean, I get pretty lonely too. Yeah, well, you'd think, since I'm a bartender, since I'm a bartender, I wouldn't be that lonely. But I do get pretty lonely sometimes. Okay, that's a lie. I get lonely a lot. So, well, it's not the kind of lonely you get when you haven't been able, like, to be around people in ages. It's that kind of lonely where you wish you had someone to, like, with you to go through life with. Is that the kind of loneliness you're talking about? Yeah, I get it. I'm sorry you feel that way. It's the kind of feeling I wouldn't wish upon anyone. World's a big place. It's only natural we'd want to see it with people by our side. Do you live around here? Do you have family, or do people know that you're here tonight? Do they know that you're out this late? I'm just wondering because I can imagine that people might be worried and wondering where you are right now. I would be. I can call you an Uber, or I can take you home if you're comfortable with that. Good idea. Yeah, we'll let the food settle first. Well, until that happens, we can help each other be less lonely. We can do our best. Well, you can start by telling me a little bit about yourself now, since I've already had my turn. Believe me, I'd love to hear about you. You seem like a very nice and genuine person. Call it a hunch. Whatever you want to tell me. You got me for a while. And I'm all ears. That is fair. We haven't started with we didn't start with names, huh? I'm Moon. Nice to meet you. Well, I'm all ears.